Yeah, after I think we made it through camp relatively injury-free in relation to past years and just over my career, and so I think we managed camp appropriately in terms of volume, amount of contact, the situational work that we needed. We're able to establish enough depth and get a good idea of where we stand prior to our first game. So I think all those things we would view as successful. Our leadership was determined from a captain standpoint in that Bryce Perkins, Bryce Hall, and Jordan Mack were elected captains. That was at the completion of camp, so we have 3 captains this year. And so a lot of knowns going into our opener, meaning returning quarterback in a style of play that we established a year ago, many defenders returning in a style of play that's been fairly established now going into our 4th year. And against an opponent that we haven't yet been able to gain a victory over. And so there's a lot of focus, there's a lot of urgency, and I would say a lot of intensity as to preparation. With ACC play right off the bat, there hasn't been any need for drop-off or complacency, or there just every day has been a solid work day to this point, and so I've been encouraged by that. The command of the offense certainly appears to be at a higher level. Ultimately, though, we all know it's a results-oriented business, and great quarterbacks win championships. And so getting to a bowl game and winning, it's not a championship, but it's a significant step in the right direction for our program. The very best quarterbacks lead their team to championships. And so outcome is really going to determine where he's grown. And so making the critical play at the critical time in a critical game, that's what the best guys do at that position. And so hopefully Bryce has advanced to that part and to that point. And we won't know until we play. So Wayne Taulapapa is at this point listed as 1, and any or after that you could basically take in sequence. Wayne is the most trustworthy to this point, the most versatile to this point, and has had the most production to this point. There are others that are capable, there will be others that play, and the production might shift even in the game to where we're wondering, how did that just happen? Because it's very difficult to replicate a game in fall camp.
I'll never forget Coach Mendenhall, he said to me, the best quarterbacks win championships. So can you win a championship? So, and that's what separates the great QBs from the not great ones. The ability to somehow, no matter where, the teams in or how they're playing, have the ability to make them feel like they're never out the game, and have the ability to come back and always, put a fighting effort.
Yeah, well, anytime you open up with a conference game, there's a heightened urgency because it's like, right off the bat, this is going for the conference, and being in the position last year where we were so close, and Pitt was the team that stood against us in that process, and so there's a heightened urgency to be ready for that game 1.
I think our wide receiver core has grown and developed immensely for the past couple of years. And I think competition brings the best out of all of us. So I think as a whole, we've gotten much better. Olamide was an amazing leader here. Off the field and on the field, I think he showed me a lot, the way he played, but also how he carried himself in the locker room and around his teammates. So I think just being around him was a big influence on me. And, I mean, we're just really good friends, too. So, he definitely spent some time to invest in me, which I think is paying dividends now.